You need to hear this if you're a paranormal enthusiast. Ready to dive into the unknown? Join the Tristan channel as we journey through spine-tingling paranormal encounters, unexplained supernatural phenomena, and perhaps some eye-popping UFO sightings. Our world is full of mysteries, and together we'll explore the eerie, the bizarre, and the downright unexplainable. From haunted houses to cryptic creatures, we'll react to the most chilling and baffling compilations. So if you're ready to test your courage and expand your mind, hit that subscribe button and let's unravel the unknown together. Welcome to the adventure. Welcome to the Tristan channel.
Hello, welcome to the Tristan channel, or welcome back if you already subscribed. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. In this video, we'll be reacting to a channel called Scarycomp. And this is scariest videos that turn normal places into nightmares. Now, I've seen the thumbnail of this, so I'm hoping that it's going to be shitty pants scary. If not, I'm going to be very disappointed. Well, and you'll be there with me. You'll be there with me being disappointed as well, won't you? Yes. So, let's check this out, shall we? Yes. You see what I mean already? Oh, look at you.
He's dealing with something far more sinister than a simple haunting. According to him, whatever is inside his home isn't just watching, it's attacking. For months, he says he'll leave for work or errands, only to return to complete chaos. Tables flipped upside down, chairs thrown across rooms, kitchen items scattered across the floor, as if someone had torn through the house in a violent rage. Then one night, while recording a video to explain what had been happening, things suddenly escalated. Watch closely.
Guys, so it's been very horrible. I have been experiencing some non-stop shit. You gotta be kidding me. What the shit? What the is that sound? What the I know they not just move. I know that they not just move, y'all. Shit! Oh, shit! In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I ask every demon to leave my house immediately. Immediately. I want every demon to leave this house immediately. Immediately. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Leave my house now. The was that?
Oh. So it's getting a bit warm in here. Come on. Oh.
I swear to God, and guys, this is crazy. Swear to God. What the shit! Holy shit! Oh shit! Holy shit! Holy
Pardon me.
I'm getting the out of here. Oh shit! Oh.
This isn't subtle movement or faint background noise. When something moves, it does so with force. Chairs rock violently. Doors slam and shake as if struck from the other side. Viewers quickly began sharing theories. Some believe it could be an extremely aggressive poltergeist feeding off fear and emotional stress. Others argue the destruction, the escalation, and the way the activity seems to react directly to him point to something darker, possibly an attachment rather than a spirit tied to the house itself. Many urged him to stop engaging altogether, warning that acknowledging it could make things worse. But others
Which is bollocks.
believe he may already be past that point. So what do you think?
Because it's that thing where it's like, there's so many videos. I mean, thing is, okay, let's just say we'll put aside whether these videos are true or not, right? But there's so many counter videos where it's like they've tried to ignore it, and that's just pissed the thing off even more. It's like, you can ignore me, right? Have some of that. You know what I mean? I think one had a kitchen knife thrown at them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's nonsense. It's like they're gonna haunt the shit out of you whether you like it or not. It's just the way it is. It's just like that thing where it's like, if something knocks at your door and you open the door, it makes no difference. That's to intimidate you. You know, to make that noise, like, oh my god, there's something. You know what I mean? It's like, they don't need to use doors. It's like they're ghosts. They walk through shit. They're from some other ethereal realm that comes into this world. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. It's like they don't need your permission to walk in. It's not a fucking vampire. You know what I mean? So I get this light back on. But you know what I mean? It's, yeah.
Is something demonic? Or is there another explanation behind the violence taking over his home? A man claims he's been living in a haunted house for months, documenting unexplained activity that never seems to stop. Over time, viewers began noticing a pattern and eventually traced it back to a single object hanging inside his home, an African mask. Friends urged him to remove it. Viewers begged him to take it down, but he brushed it off, insisting it was harmless. That is, until the activity escalated beyond coincidence. Watch closely.
Now, I'm not saying necessarily that it's true or false. I do think it's typical that we judge foreign items as like evil or bad. That being said, all the stereotypes and racism to one side, it's not entirely impossible, because when you think of how artifacts have come across, I'm not saying necessarily have it, not saying the shop where he got it from, but I mean, say Ground Zero, yeah? So if it is a genuine handmade African mask, before it got over to the States, how do we know how it got there? You know what I mean? It could be stolen from a hut, could be belong to a tribe or something, then it was taken and sold in the black market, then filtered away through to end up into some antique shop, you know what I mean? So that way it's kind of like disturbing the ancestors, the spirits of the ancestors, that sort of stuff. You see what I'm getting at, sort of vibe, sort of, but, apart from that, it's like, if it's not the mask, it's just so stereotypical. It's like, oh, there's a foreign object. All their friends, you know, in America, they're they're Christian, like, I mean, they're probably like, oh my god, it's evil. For all we know, that could be a mask for good luck, you know what I mean? The other thing is, don't forget, we only got to have his word for it as well. So it's kind of like he's left the room and now there's noises and stuff. It's like, unless of course you can pinpoint that sound, it could be him on the wall outside going, doom, you know. Oh. Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
It starts with a single loud bang. Moments later, a wind chime begins to sway. Then, seconds after that, a kitchen cupboard slams shut on its own.
Mind you, I've noticed as well as TikTok, it's like a bit wary of things on TikTok because there's a trend, like there'll be one where a chair falls over in the kitchen and then you'll notice that'll be happening in other videos. It's like, same setup. It's because it's a trend going on. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying it's not. There are, because there aren't so many restrictions, so to speak, as there are with Facebook or stuff like that. It's kind of like, there are like, medical practitioners, all kinds of, scientists doing their own little things on there. You know what I mean? So it's useful. But I'm just saying, a lot of these UFO or ghost things, I'm a bit wary of on TikTok.
It happens in sequence, almost as if something is moving through the house in a straight line, passing from one point to the next. But what truly convinces viewers that this isn't the house itself, but the mask, is what happens next. Because the activity doesn't stop at noise. It turns aggressive. Watch this.
Shit. Stuff on the floor.
I'll put some slippers on. Oh, shit.
A knife suddenly.
Ooh,
A knife suddenly flies off the counter, narrowly missing his leg. And that isn't the only incident. He later reports waking up around 2 or 3 a.m. to scratching sounds on the walls, footsteps pacing around his bed, and sudden drops in temperature that leave the room ice cold.
I hate that, because, seeing something scary, yes, of course. But here's the thing, you can see it. You can, see where it is. It could jump and teleport to you. But in a way, at least you can see and gauge the distance, so to speak. If it couldn't move fast, but move regular speed, etc. But it's like at least you can gauge the distance. But when you've got something invisible running towards you, it's like, oh, hey, oh god, here we go. Oh, didn't even see it. It's all lumpy. It's lumpy. Got a bit of chicken, but yeah. I just hate that when that happens because you can't see it and it sounds like a dun-dun-dun-dun.
For many viewers, this was the final warning. It's not the house, it's the mask. Take it down. Remove it before someone gets seriously hurt. And after everything he's experienced, especially now that it's turned physical, people can only hope he finally listens this time. This footage was reportedly recorded in Russia by a man caring for his elderly,
here we go, this is a thumbnail,
sick grandmother. He explains that she sometimes falls out of bed during the night, so he installed a motion-activated camera to alert him if she moved. In the clip, he's seen helping her into bed, tucking her in carefully, and making sure she's comfortable before turning off the lights and leaving the room. Everything appears completely normal, until the camera captures something he wasn't expecting.
Oh god. And that lighting as well. Oh, look at you, love. Have a Snickers. Oh, there you go. Do you not notice they're gone? Do you know what, this is probably as fake as F because we can't see what his nan looks like. Could be makeup and shit, but fucking hell. I've got chicken all over my thighs. I've got chicken legs, people. I've got chicken thighs. Got chicken drumsticks going on down here.
The grandson insists the footage is real and says he's genuinely looking for answers. Some viewers believe it could be an elaborate prank or that his grandmother may be playing along. Others argue it's an attempt at staged horror meant to go viral. But whether the clip is real or staged, it still leaves many people uneasy.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a bit stereotypical, but the build of his nan looks a bit off. You know what I mean? It looks like someone in the, you know what I mean? I'm getting someone in the costume vibes, if that makes sense.
Because when you consider the setting, the timing, and what the camera records after the lights go out, it's hard not to pause and wonder what actually happened in that room once he walked away. A university student in the Philippines says she became trapped inside a classroom late at night. She had stayed behind to finish an assignment in the ophthalmology building. One of the oldest...
Well, part of it's funny though. It's like, oh, I'll take the camera with my dentures, young man. Oh, young man.
Sections of the campus, a place many students already describe as feeling off. At some point, she realized she couldn't leave. The door wouldn't open. Watch closely.
Hindi ko alam kung magsisend to. Pero kanina pa ako nandito. Walang pintong bumubukas at may topak ata tong phone ko. Pag tinatry ko siyang buksan, yung mga pinto, hindi naman siya nakalock. Pero ayaw niyang bumukas. Eto, tignan niyo. Parang may humihila sa kabilang dulo. Please, kung makita niyo to, ako si Maxine Cayapado ng MMA 201. Nandito ako sa C401 at nasa tapat ako ng...
According to her, the doors weren't locked. They simply refused to move, as if something on the other side was gripping the handle and holding it shut. The harder she pulled, the heavier it felt, like she was fighting against a full force pushing back. Panicking, she started recording a video to show where she was, hoping someone would come help her.
Detention, permanently.
That's when the door suddenly swung open on its own. To this day, there's no clear explanation for what happened in that room, and the footage remains one of the strangest incidents ever recorded in that building. Regalzu has been featured before for his unsettling encounters, and this clip adds another disturbing layer to his story. This time, he's standing alone in his kitchen, a room that feels almost unnaturally plain, its emptiness amplifying every sound.
Sí, quiero ver.
¿Cómo estás?
No les entiendo, perdón. ¿Querés ver? Sí, quiero ver.
¿Estás aquí?
He begins recording after hearing something speak directly to him. At first, the words are faint and unclear, but as he listens, he realizes the voice seems to be urging him to look, to notice something.
¿Querés ver? Sí, quiero ver.
Moments later, an object suddenly falls from the counter. The impact echoes through the quiet kitchen as Regalzu catches it all on camera, clearly shaken. The timing, coming immediately after the voice, is what makes this moment so disturbing. In a room that empty, that silent, it felt less like an accident and more like a response. This video was recorded in Mexico at a house still under construction, owned by a man's close friend. For weeks, neighbors had been complaining about strange activity around the property, loud noises late at night, and an unsettling feeling of being watched whenever they passed by after dark. Hoping to put the rumors to rest, the owner went to check the place one morning with his friend Dav. Dav stayed outside near the entrance while his girlfriend, Gabriella, went inside to document the interior and show how construction was progressing. That's when Dav noticed something that stopped him cold. Watch closely.
Desde que llegué a la casa le dije a Gabriela que había alguien ahí. Chucho se fue a asomar, no. Y se ve bien puto raro, miren. Tiene una pinche jeta. Tiene los ojos brillosos. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Sí estás grabando? ¿Estás grabando? ¿Y no grabaste nada? Ahorita te enseño el video para que veas. Sobres. Cuidado. A ver, ahorita vemos el video de Gaby.
Gosh, she's got bigger balls than him. She's got in there, mate, and he's outside the fence.
Voy a grabar por si.
What Dav saw didn't look like someone who had wandered in by accident. The figure stood unnaturally still, its shape distorted. Wrong. But what terrified viewers the most were its eyes, glowing faintly from inside the unfinished structure. With no lighting inside, and no one else present, there was nothing that should have reflected light like that. Some believe unfinished buildings act like open doors, places without boundaries yet, where something can linger unnoticed. Others think the land itself may have held something long before the house was ever built. So what do you think? Was this just an illusion inside a dark construction site? Or did Dav see something that had already claimed that space long before the walls were finished? A man claims that whatever is inside his house started by staying in one specific spot. It would move small objects, just enough to get his attention, just enough to irritate him. At first, he didn't think it was dangerous, annoying maybe, but harmless. That changed the moment it stopped staying in that corner. Watch closely.
No sé si alcanzan a oír, por allá se mueve.
What is it with people when their lights off? So if your house was haunted, I can guarantee you a lot of people wouldn't be having their fucking lights off.
Es que lo que les digo, cuando le bajo a la música, como que se da cuenta que estoy, no le gusta mi presencia, entonces se queda callado. Pero cuando hago ruido, pues por ahí estaba moviéndose ahorita. Vive allá atrás, weón, no pasa de ahí. Por ahí se siente, pero nada, no he logrado verle.
Before long, he says the activity became physical. Sometimes he would feel something grab him without warning. Other times, a simple touch would leave his entire body weak, like his strength had been drained in seconds. As the encounters became more frequent, the fear stopped feeling accidental and started to feel intentional.
Bueno, antes de salir voy a grabar un poquito porque está todavía presente. Lola tiene más miedo que todos. Tú no sirves para nada, perro. Nunca se pierden sus perros. Es que lo cuidan a uno, mentira. Güey, puta, es que la energía aquí es fuerte y escucha. No he sido capaz de andar. Me da miedo. Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Me da miedo pasar de ahí. No soy capaz. Porque escucho, lo escucho ahí, está en el baño, marica, está ahí. Y es como si, bueno, eres un demonio, ¿qué mierda eres? Es como si se estuviera burlando de mí. Y vieran, la siento, a veces me toca, viene y me toca, y cada vez que me toca me siento como débil. Mira. Hola. Hola.
Put the light on.
Puta. No, marica, me voy para la calle. Tengo mucho miedo.
Why is he laughing?
Subirle la música, ya me voy, dejémoslo ahí. Bueno, y acá están en severa misa. Ah, bueno. Lola, ¿qué hacemos? No, marica,
Sí,
me voy a
dog's
poner
not
esa
bothered.
verga y nos vamos para la calle. Bueno, creo que el ejercicio funciona. Efectivamente, está muy activa. Ya sé que eres una mujer, me lo confirmaste hace un ratico. Quiero saber más.
Come on, when's it gonna get scary?
Hola. Uf, no, me voy. Me voy a la calle, tengo miedito. Ahorita hablamos.
In a later video, he
Can't even see what he's responding to.
shared something even more unsettling. Just days after moving into the house, his life began to fall apart. An accident, a broken foot, a damaged car, financial trouble piling up one after another, followed by isolation and depression. Now he wonders if that dark period somehow fed whatever was already there. Like the worse he felt, the stronger it became. So what do you think? Can something unseen really feed off emotional pain? Or is that idea just a myth we tell ourselves when everything goes wrong at once? A Reddit user known as Kitten Catastro says her friend received a motion alert from her living room around 2 a.m. When she checked the footage, what the camera captured immediately felt wrong. Watch closely. On the right side of the frame, a hazy white shape slowly
bollocks.
drifts toward the family dog. The dog stiffens, clearly uncomfortable, refusing to move closer. Then, as it begins backing toward the kitchen, another faint mist glides through the room. That's when the dog has had enough. It quickly turns and leaves the area without looking back. So what do you think made the dog react like that? Was it just a trick of the camera? Or did it sense something the camera only barely caught? A woman named Savannah says she's desperate for help because what she's been experiencing no longer feels explainable. For months, she's dealt with strange disturbances, footsteps pacing her room late at night, objects vanishing and reappearing in different places, and her closet door slowly cracking open on its own. Almost every night, she describes the same overwhelming sensation, someone standing right beside her as she tries to fall asleep. But everything escalated the night she woke up unable to move, convinced something was sitting on her chest. And what finally pushed her to the edge was hearing a voice in the darkness, her own voice, calling her cat. Terrified and convinced she was losing her mind, Savannah began setting up cameras. What you're about to see is footage captured across multiple nights. Watch closely.
Cat looked like it got picked up.
What?
Some nights, small objects slide across the room as if nudged by invisible hands. Other nights, something seems to crawl beneath her blanket, pressing against her legs while she sleeps. There are moments when her cat freezes, staring into a corner before suddenly jumping back in fear. And on the worst nights, Savannah wakes to a tight pressure around her foot, like something is slowly trying to pull her off the bed. She's tried everything: blessings, crosses, prayers, cleansing rituals. Nothing has stopped it. Now, she's asking for help because she's genuinely afraid of what might happen next. If you have any suggestions, this might be the time to share them, because whatever is in her apartment doesn't seem finished yet. And your comment might be the only thing that helps her feel safe again. Kyle has been living in his house for about 1.5 years, and whatever has been happening there has never stayed in one place. The activity seems to move freely, starting in the crawl space, shifting to the attic, then the garage, and eventually the rooms where he sleeps. Kyle reports hearing children laughing in empty hallways, objects shifting when no one is nearby, and sudden noises that never repeat in the same spot twice. Hoping to find a logical explanation, he decides to check the attic himself, thinking there might be something hidden or overlooked that could explain it all. But what he discovers only raises more questions. Watch closely.
Shit. Oh my God. Shit. Damn it. I'm hearing voices up here again. Yo. There's like a little kid laughing. Surely you heard that. Oh man, it's getting funny at this point. What the heck? I think some of y'all are right. I think ever since I put that ornament that I found up here on the Christmas tree, things have been a little wild. Happy holidays, I guess. Okay, maybe it's time to get out of here. I thought I was going to come up here and look around, see if I could find anything else, but we might have to... Maybe I just need to get a friend to come with me or something. Yeah, we'll see about that.
At first, Kyle thinks he's only hearing voices. But if you pay close attention, a figure appears to be standing completely still, directly in front of him. Viewers also notice faint orbs drifting through the frame. Combined with the voices, many believe the attic was already active before Kyle ever stepped inside. Whether this is a single presence moving through the house or something far more complex, one thing feels certain. Whatever is in Kyle's home isn't slowing down, and it doesn't seem finished yet. Sergio has always been drawn to abandoned places, the kind most people avoid, especially at night. This time, he was exploring a ruined structure made up of bare concrete walls and collapsed debris. To see inside the tunnel, he set up a single powerful light, its glow bouncing off cracked cement and rubble. For several minutes, nothing unusual happens, just silence and the echo of his own footsteps.
Y el sótano, cómo se ve el humo. Tenemos poca densidad de aire aquí, el humo no se mueve fácilmente. Estamos en el sótano del solar. ¿Eso qué es? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué fue eso? ¡Hey! Algo acaba de pasar por ahí. No logro ver bien. ¿Quién está ahí? ¡Hey! ¿Sí vieron? Algo pasa por ahí. ¿Quién está ahí?
Then a sudden loud bang echoes down the tunnel, stopping him in his tracks. As the camera swings toward the sound, it captures something deeply unsettling. A shadow glides sideways across the tunnel wall, moving smoothly, without shape, without form. Sergio pauses, listening. But the silence doesn't last. More noises follow from deeper inside, scraping and shifting as if something heavy is being dragged just out of sight. Moments later, the same shadow drifts back in the opposite direction, slipping into the darkness as if it had never been there at all. The repetition and the unnatural way it moved leaves Sergio shaken, and it's clear the longer he stays, the worse this encounter could become. This clip was recorded by a CCTV camera inside a shop late at night. At first, the footage looks completely normal. The store is quiet, nothing is out of place. Then, without warning, that changes. Watch closely. Items on the counter begin to shift and fall on their own. Then something even stranger happens. One object lifts up off the surface, hovering briefly in midair before dropping straight down to the floor. That moment is where most viewers freeze. People have suggested vibrations or even a small earthquake, but earthquakes don't lift objects upward and hold them there. Whatever happened in that shop that night wasn't just a simple disturbance. It was deliberate. So what do you think? Did this camera capture something paranormal? Or are we still missing an explanation that hasn't been found yet? A woman named Sid says she received a video from her mom.
I don't know, because I know earthquakes do some mental stuff, but they wouldn't lift an item like that and then drop it. I mean, so who knows?
Mom's doorbell camera, recorded the night before. At first, she didn't think much of it. Maybe a neighbor passing by, or an animal triggering the motion alert. But when she watched the clip, what appeared on screen made her stomach drop. Near a tree in the yard, a pale white figure flickers into view, its body faintly glowing as it slowly takes shape. The translucent form then drifts across the yard before vanishing completely. It doesn't move like a living person, and nothing like this has ever appeared on that camera before. Because of its small size, some viewers believe it could resemble the ghost of a child. So what do you think? Just a camera glitch? Or something that briefly revealed itself in the yard that night?
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Scarycomp. They weren't all too bad, you know. They weren't bad, but they weren't. I wouldn't say they were scary. You know, I mean, the grandma one's a bit weird, but I think that might have been faking it. So anyway, let me know what you think. Oh, pardon me. As always, thank you for taking the time to sit through these and watch with me. And if you're new to the channel, then please do subscribe, because one, it doesn't cost you a thing, two, it'll help me out, but three, most importantly of all, it'll be great to have you with us. So until next time, take care and be well.